Greetings. It is Sunday. I think it's the 17th of January 2016, and I'm in the yard. Now, I worked on Friday and I took a couple of videos, but for some reason the software that I was using to merge the videos went haywire on me. And so I decided Sunday, it just finished snowing, and I was going to come out and work. And I thought instead of messing with those old ones, I'd just go ahead and do a new one. So I'm going to show you what I did on Friday and show you what I'm going to try to do today. All right. So what I described was on Friday is that I am transferring the station points. If you can see, there are these lines. These are station points for the frames for the boat. So when we bent the keelson and laminated it, we used those station points as a reference, of course, to get the curve. And those station points also represent where the ribs and the frames rather of the hull will be located. And so the purpose of a strongback, is basically, eventually there'll be plywood all over this thing, but it's basically a surface that it's like a table where we actually put points on the surface that will represent the boat. So essentially we put the blueprint of the boat on the surface. That way when we are building, we can make reference from the platform up for the curve of the hull, the shape of the hull, and we get to build it. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking these points off of the strongback and transferring them to the keelson. So what I started doing was starting from here, because this is an important frame. This is the beginning of the keel proper from the keelson. And so I know that this is station point 12, always. So now put a level here, and I plumbed up a line, and I would mark it on the keelson, and actually I had to align rather this location with this station point, because I knew, and then there's a difference here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a difference in the thickness of the beam here. It's thicker here. So I had to align this point right here up with that station point. So I just simply plumbed up a level, moved the keelson so it was exactly plumb over that line. Then I knew the keelson was aligned up like it was supposed to be. And so from that point on, I was transferring the points from the strongback up to the keelson. Then when I got down, I started to realize that the keelson itself is not sitting like it's supposed to. So if you can see here, that's resting on a brick. It's deflecting a little bit because of the weight, and it's only being supported in the middle. So the ends are falling down just a little bit on both ends. Maybe not so much aft, but definitely forward. It's falling down some. And so I took a measurement and I figured out that, it's not sitting where it's supposed to. It should be a little bit further up above that brick. And so what that meant is, if this is not where it's supposed to be set, if I transferred those lines, they would be in the wrong place. So I needed to get a level line in order to determine, exactly what sort of parallel to some type of center lines on the boat. And so I went out and I got this laser level, this Bosch laser level. And today what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a virtual waterline. So from the bottom of the keelson, the waterline should be about 2 feet 4 inches down. So I'm going to start here because I know that's pretty much set. Come down 2 foot 4 inches, mark here on this sawhorse. Then I'm going to come and attach my laser level to this post and then spin or shoot a level line all the way down. That way I'll know precisely how much to lift up the aft and forward portions of the boat. And wanted to get out here earlier today, but it's been snowing. You see nothing stick or nothing stuck to the ground, but a little cold, not too bad though. So we're gonna do that today, and then maybe later on transfer those lines when there's no threat of precipitation, and keep this thing moving. Also on Friday, began building the shelter, which came from Shelter Logic, but as luck would have it, these pieces interlock. So this is a 29, that's a 30, that's a 29. Well, they sent me too many 29s and not enough 30s, so we couldn't get it complete. So I have to call them back tomorrow if they're open, and tell them to send me out the proper things. So another little delay, but I definitely got to get that thing up before it really starts snowing. You never know what the weather's going to be like. And so that's it from the yard. It's cold, and we're building a boat. I'm going to say it's Saturday. Peace and blessings.